All right, got an exam coming up, so let's do some announcements about that. So homework 2 is done. Now you can mostly focus on the exam. There will be a homework 3 out on Friday, but it's going to be helping funnel you towards the things you need to think about for the exam. So exam number 2 is going to be a little different than the last exam. It's going to be more about data structures and about their implementations and their trade-offs, and less about programming, right? Programming is part of the class, but it's not the main thrust. So we have a bunch of resources that you know about, like the labs and rewatching videos and whatever else. But I also want to encourage you to take an active role in your studying. You should really be thinking about problems. You should be solving problems, and you should be discussing your solutions with those problems with other students or with TAs or me. So we have, of course, these worksheets from discussion, and there's also CS Mentors, a student organization that does tutoring for our course. They also have worksheets. I guess I can add a link here if they're not easy to find, but those are some worksheets you can use. And if you want harder problems, I've created these study guide problems. And typically I'm not giving you solutions because I want you to discuss the problems with each other, right? I don't think studying is this. Okay, I'm working on a problem, I can't figure it out, I look at the solution and I say, I get it now. While that does help to some degree, it doesn't help as much as if you have a really rigorous debate about how to get to the solution or why it was done that way. Just seeing the solution is not enough. You're not going to knock it out of the park just with a surface level understanding that comes with seeing solutions. Now, if you want even more problems than these, you can check out old 61B midterms, though I'll warn you that, of course, they may cover topics we didn't cover, totally different orders, things like that. And if you want some tips on how you can mechanically go about studying, well, I have this link here. I've already talked about it. But my main suggestion in this link is working with others. Thinking about how you're thinking about problems is important. And one question I have that I'm going to ask in live lectures, are we interested in maybe trying to form some kind of random study groups? We'll see. Okay, so today the topic is primarily about priority queues and heaps. Priority queues are going to be a new abstract data type that we saw in discussion. Heaps will be an implementation of a priority queue, and tree representations will be a way, we'll talk about how to implement a heap. So in other words, heaps implement priority queues, and these are going to implement heaps. It's a couple layers. And then finally we'll wrap it up with a little summary of the data structures we've covered to date.